What property deed errors cause boundary line problems? Imagine buying a house only to find out the property lines are not where you thought they were. That's what can happen when there are mistakes in the deed. Deeds are legal documents that show who owns what land and where its boundaries are. If these documents have errors, it can cause big issues with boundary lines. One common problem is incorrect legal descriptions. These are the written details that describe the exact location of the property. If the lot or block numbers are wrong, or if the measurements and directions called meets and bounds are off, the deed might describe a different piece of land than what you actually own. Sometimes, typos or outdated survey information cause these mistakes. Another issue is missing important details. If the deed leaves out key information like boundary markers or the name of the survey used, it can create confusion. Without complete descriptions, it's hard to tell where one property ends and another begins. Older deeds sometimes have defective or incomplete descriptions. They may not fully close the boundary lines, leaving gaps or overlaps. This can happen if the original survey was poorly done or if the description was never properly finalized. When boundary lines don't form a perfect shape, disputes can easily arise. Survey errors also play a role. If the survey used to create the deed was inaccurate or not done properly, the recorded boundaries might be wrong. This can lead to neighbors arguing over fences or land use. Conflicting descriptions in successive deeds are another problem. When a property changes hands multiple times, sometimes the descriptions don't match or have inconsistencies. This can make it unclear which boundaries are correct. These errors can cause disputes with neighbors over fences, driveways, or land use. They can delay sales because title companies might refuse to insure a property with unclear boundaries. Resolving these issues often requires hiring surveyors or attorneys. Sometimes, neighbors agree on a boundary line through a formal boundary agreement, which is recorded with the county. To avoid boundary problems, buyers and sellers should carefully review the legal description in the deed and title report before closing. It's wise to hire a licensed surveyor to verify the actual boundaries on the ground. If there's any overlap or confusion, a boundary line agreement can be a good solution. Consulting a real estate attorney can also help clarify rights and options if deed errors or disputes happen. Knowing how deed errors can affect boundary lines helps protect your property interests and prevents costly conflicts. Being proactive and thorough in reviewing legal documents is the best way to keep your property boundaries clear and secure.